In this video, I'm going to be talking about angels that you haven't seen before in my collection. I'm going to be talking about how you can tell the difference between the two types of angels and what I have planned for 2020 with my angelfish.
Revolution will not be televised, and be no rerun, brothers and sisters. The revolution will be live.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
What is up, all you Stone Cold Superfly Illmatic fish keeping fucking dogs? You watching Aquatics with me, Aqua. And listen, it's been a while since I talked about angels, and I feel like this is the perfect opportunity, the perfect time for me to go over a couple of things that maybe a couple of you guys that were curious about. The first one is a couple angels that I got from a friend of mine. They were gifted to me from Steve from Warrior Planet Tanks. And the second thing was some angels that I have in development. So stick around and check this out. But before we get started, don't forget to hit the subscription button, notification bell, and please leave a comment below. Tell me what you think about these angels that I'm about to present to you.
So here we go.
Let's talk about these angels, right? This is a perfect opportunity, by the way, for me to go over the differences between koi angelfish and what are they? Gold marble angelfish. All right. Perfect opportunity because I see them mislabeled all the time, and it's an easy thing to do if you're not, looking for certain things. So let me see if I can get these guys to come up here. Come here. Up. All right. So you see this one right there, and that one right there. Those were angels that were, if you watch the live stream about a month, around Thanksgiving time, yeah. Warrior Planet, Steve from Warrior Planet Tanks came through and he gifted me these two beautiful angels right here. Okay, the other three that you see right there, that one, and this one right here, are some fish I have in development. Now, let me talk about Steve's gifts that he brought for me. These are actually gold marble angelfish. Now, the way you can tell the difference between a gold marble, and a koi is you see the yellow on these koi right here. Well, they almost have, I want to say they have a more drastic separation between yellow and white. Whereas these right here, the colors kind of bleed in together, and it's not quite yellow as much as gold. Look at that guy right there. I wish he would come closer because I'm gonna have to give you some B-roll because oh my goodness. You'll notice some poop down at the bottom. The fact that you can see it is because it's a bare bottom tank. That's one of the downfalls, but you can see it, so you can go ahead and get it out, which I need to do, but I'll do it after. So yeah, and that guy right there, I'm gonna show you a good close-up picture, but he also has a lot of red speckling on his head. I would imagine that came from somewhere along the lines having some wild bloodlines introduced. I know the Nane, Terraphilium scaleri Nane, which is a wild angelfish from the Amazon, has a lot of red speckling on it, or on the top. The red-shouldered, wild red shoulders have red across the top. So I think that's just like a residual. Now, mind you, anytime you hear the word marble, I hate to use the word mutt, but it's a mix, and it gives it that marble color. That one doesn't, they don't quite look like marbles, the ones that you see here, but that's what you're getting. You're getting a mixture of bloodlines. One of the good things I like about marbles is and this is just my personal opinion through my experience, they do seem to have, you okay? They do seem to have more resistance towards certain things. They seem to be a little bit stronger, a little bit more well adapted, and a lot of that's probably because when you trying to breed for certain traits, you also breed the bad traits. So because these guys are quote unquote mutts, they have a lot of good stuff in them from different types of different fish. Color morphs of fish. So I don't know, I'm a big fan of marbles. I really am. I think if you're starting out and you want something fancy and you don't want the zebra or the or something like that, and you don't want to do expensive, but you want something pretty, go for marbles. These are gold marbles. All right, these two right here. These are actually veil tail gold marbles with a lot of blue iridescence in the fins. Now these guys that you see here, and you're probably thinking to yourself, wow, those are very, very yellow blotches that take up a large portion of the body. Those are fish that I have been developing. I'm trying to develop a koi or whatever with majority of the body, if not all the body, yellow. I know I got a long adulting task ahead of me, but I love yellow. You have the super reds, you have the high coverage orange. I want to go yellow, so I'm not necessarily line breeding. It's more of a colony breed. The difference between line breeding and colony breeding is line breeding, you're hand picking, like, give me this fish and I'm going to put it with that fish, and I'm going to take this fish from these babies and put it with that fish. I don't have the time for that. It's probably a faster way to get to where you're trying to get to, because you're being more deliberate and more scientific about it. But it's also takes a lot more time and space, because there's a lot more separating that you have to do. You have to basically, if these two fish right here, these fish right here were to mate, but I didn't want them to, then I would have to separate them. But I would know who's a male and a female. Then I would have to find another two, you know, where I liked one of them and it mates with the other one. I have to separate, just so that I know who's a male and a female, because that's the only real way to tell. So it takes a long time to line breed. Whereas colony breed is just basically you're putting a bunch of fish that you like and you want to promote together and let them do their own thing. The results might not be as deliberate, or you can't like anticipate what's going to happen as much as line breed, but that's colony breed. Is that it's putting a bunch of fish together that you want to enhance. You trying to, y'all know what I'm talking about, making me spit out all these words late at night. So yeah, these are the fish that I'm going to be breeding and working on. Is these, I'm gonna try and get high coverage yellow koi, as little bit of white, as little bit of black as possible. I'm gonna start with trying to get rid of all the black. Sometimes you might see an angelfish that is called creamsicle. That's kind of what I'm going for, but at the same time that I'm trying to get rid of the black, I'm trying to promote the yellow. So that's a little bit of something that I've been working on. This tank is just for the purposes of letting you guys see these two fish. Here's the thing with these fish that were gifted to me. Some of you probably have heard where I've said in the past where I was thinking seriously, you know, leaning towards opening up the website and selling fish. Now, I can sell fish that I only breed, but that takes a lot of time, effort, and money, to where it really wouldn't be financially beneficial to me to only sell fish that I'm breeding at a small scale. Now, what is possible for me to do is find me a good supplier with a good stock, buy that stock from him, then I'll be quarantining them and picking out the best of the best from that stock. So when you buy an angelfish from my website, hopefully coming out as soon as I can get it all done, you're gonna be getting an angelfish with my stamp of approval. I plan on doing like a 3-tier system. One would be my personal hand-picked stock select. The second one would be an A grade, and now how did I think of this? Okay, a show grade, select grade, and A grade. Those are the ways I want to be. Now I would be hand-picking fish from stock sent to me for specific traits, coloration, finnage, size, attitude or deportment, and just overall general appearance. I might have 2 fish that, you know, fit all those criteria, but one just looks that much better. I'm gonna go ahead and put them aside, and I'm gonna call them show quality fish. Then I'm gonna have my select ones, which is ones that are just one bitty step down from show quality, but still are stunning specimen, and then I'm gonna have the A grade. Now, what I'm gonna do with the undesirables, deplorables. What I'm gonna do with deplorables? Because let's be honest, you're not gonna be able to get winners in every batch. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to be trading them in. If they are still good fish and they don't need to be cold, I'm going to be trading them in for, I'm probably donating some to my local fish club. Maybe I trade them into the pet store for some store credit. But on the website, I don't plan on having anything less than A grade. And yeah, I will be taking a hit on price, but I feel that if I give you quality and my name gets out there as quality only, period, done deal, Aquafunk is the best place to get your angels from, then I feel that the amount of fish sold will overshadow maybe me losing a couple of dollars here and there from some fish that I traded in for food or whatever. So these fish pretty much fit the bill for me. If you look at this guy right here, where is he? Right there. Okay, I want you to see something. His fins are growing so long that they're actually growing extra filaments on them. Now, I have yet to get an answer on whether that is a negative or a positive in a show situation. For me, the fact that those filaments are growing like that means that that fish was taken so well care of that its fins are just growing almost to the point of out of control. I like the look. Maybe a judge might find that as a negative, but that's telling me this fish was taken care of, that none of his fins have been broke. So that's how I feel about that. I plan on getting these guys and getting with the supplier and providing fish of this quality. All right, so I'm still going to be selling fish that I breed myself. Now, here's my problem, and you tell me what you think. These guys, I have more in the shed. I just brought these guys out here for, to show you guys. But what do I do with the ones that don't make the cut as far as what I want? I think about it all the time. Whenever somebody is coming out with a new morph of fish, well, what do you do with the ones that don't make the cut? Do you cull them just because they don't have that one particular look, but other than that, they're perfectly healthy and 100% perfect? They just don't have the look that you desire. I'm still debating that. I'm still going over that. But I don't know what to do. You guys let me know. If I'm trying to develop a brand new type of fish, what do I do with the fry that don't make the cut? If I send them out into the world, well then I'm kind of hurting myself because I'm sending out a big chunk of genetics that I've developed. Not quite there yet, but somebody else could get a hold of and do it before me. Or do I cull a perfectly good fish? You know what I can do? I can take the ones that don't make the cut, use them as breeders with marbles, and just get marbles with a lot of yellow. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I really, really am curious. What do you think I should do with fish that are perfectly good, but just don't have that look? Anyway, listen, guys. Take care of yourself, take care of your family, and take care of your fish. Look at him. That's the best. At the end of the film, he's going to go ahead and show.